Hey, AFC Northerners, Jan David Tutar, Ravens guy, back in the car because I'm always on the go. Just kidding. All right, so Broncos, Ravens preview. Let's dive into this. So coming out of that last game, already talked about that. So where are we at versus the Broncos? Well, I think that these are two pretty evenly matched teams. They're really. I mean, honestly, I think that it's interesting. I think it's going to be a good game. Our offense isn't the greatest, so I'm still trying to figure that out. We're not quite gelling as a unit. We're a little inexperienced together in that regard. However, I think that if we can get our run game established, if we can keep Flacco from making bad throws, and really prevail in our run game, I think that we, on offense, could definitely have threats against the Broncos defense. Speaking of our defense, I mean, look, we've got a pretty solid defense. Got a good special teams. Harbaugh's a good head coach. I mean, Super Bowl. And the fact that, this is our home game. The Broncos are coming to us. It's an early kickoff. I could see the Broncos having some trouble getting acclimated early. I would say that it's interesting to see whether or not C.J. Mosley plays. I know that he was back at practice today, which is insane. It's insane. I didn't expect him back for this game. Maybe another week or so, but not for this game. But if he's actually playing, let's just hope he stays healthy. So I would have to say. Sorry, I'm looking through my notes real quick. Here's the thing. The last game that we saw out of the Broncos, tons of 3-and-outs. If our defense can learn the lesson of that Bengals game and see, how to keep that going for the Broncos, then we're great. If our defense just folds like it did in the beginning of the game, like the last game, we've got some problems on our hands. They did drop some passes on offense, so there's something to consider there. I think that we can legitimately win this one. I think that it's definitely a possibility of winning it. I feel like we're pretty well matched against the Broncos. We'll have advantages, obviously, because we're playing at home, and also coming off of that. Thursday Night Football game gave us a little bit of time in between, so there's that. Also, it's a Ray Lewis day, so that usually gets everybody pumped up. How many Ray Lewis days have there been, by the way? I can't even count. I own the man's jersey. I love the dude. But is every day Ray Lewis Day in Baltimore? Totally cool if it is. I just didn't get the memo. That's all I'm saying. I think that it's going to be close. I think that there's things that need to be really considered. Whether or not we see Brown make those waves again. What we see out of Alex Collins and Buck Allen. Do we establish anything else? With Willie Snead or Crabtree's been great. Crabtree has been catching passes left and right. I would like to see way more of a run game. Looking at you, fucking Marty Morningweg. Run the ball and stop throwing it on third down. That would be really, really helpful. If you could just run the ball every single time to really run down the Broncos defense, I think that that's a better game plan than trying to throw it on, third down for 4 yards and then somebody drops it, because we got a huge problem. That was sneaking up on me. We got a huge problem at third down and throwing the ball. We can't seem to establish a run. I think that it's interesting that to see how the Broncos are going to use Freeman, especially in many different ways, formation, stuff like that. And I get that I'm probably going to get some flack from that. He's not a overall receiver, a dynamic receiver. But I think that came from a spread system. I don't know. I think that he makes a defense kind of aware in some ways. Like he kind of throws them for a loop, which is interesting. It's interesting to see how we pair up against him. We clearly had a problem pairing up with like AJ Green and sometimes with Eifert, but really AJ Green last game. So I mean, there's not a hugely strong wide receiver core that's coming out of the Broncos, but they can still do damage, so don't sleep on them. And also, I mean, there's also like Case Keenum was out of practice. I think it was yesterday, something like that. So we'll see how that shapes up. See how the rookies on the Broncos and rookies on the Ravens deal with the respective environments. I will say that I think that we need to watch whether or not the Broncos go with a 3 safety defense. You got Will Parks. He's got like 30% of the snaps, and which is down from last year, but still. And I think that really, if you look at it, like we're not a super run heavy team, so it's going to be interesting to see how they use, if they go with a 3 safety kind of position. It's interesting. It's interesting. I want to see how their defense winds up going back with that. I mean, they're not running a whole lot of dime packages. They're kind of really, the defense is really kind of more focused on stopping the run. But our defensive front is great. It's really good against the run. I really would like to see us better at rushing the passer. We have a talented secondary, but if their offensive line can give Keenum, enough time, we could see ourselves in exactly the same position, which I hate that idea. It's true though. I would say that I'm trying to think what would I do for a score on this game, because I think that I said the Bengals game was going to be really close, and I was way wrong about that. I mean, we tried to make it close, but it was definitely different. I think that knowing how the Ravens have played this year will probably allow points early. I know the Bills got it 47-3. To me, that was a preseason game. I don't even know if I'm counting that game, to be honest, yet. Seeing how we played against the Bengals and their offense and their defense, I really hope I'm wrong about the defense, like starting slow. They just seem to start too slow, and if they win the coin toss and they get the ball first, we could be hurting. I think the coin toss actually kind of matters in this regard. I would say that I'll predict. This is a tough one because it's really close, to me at least. I'm going to say that I would go Broncos 28-23 on this game. I think that we're still not really gelling on offense. I think that the Broncos, Kubiak. God, I wish we had kept Kubiak. God damn it. Why didn't we God damn it. Damn it. Grr. Fuck you, John Elway. Not really, but fuck you, John Elway. So yeah, I think 28-23 Broncos is probably what this will be. Honestly, guys, I've got to be frank. I don't know what to expect out of our season yet. I haven't seen a lot of things that I really liked out of it yet. If you guys have, please tell me what you've seen that you've liked. I would love to know what it is that maybe I'm not seeing. But I haven't seen a lot that makes me, excited for this team. But I haven't seen a lot from the Broncos that makes me excited about, winning or losing to them. I think that they're pretty evenly matched. I think this game really comes down to, our defense starting slow or starting fast and heart. Like, do our coordinators and our coaches really want it? Because I feel like the players are out there trying to make it, but I feel like we got a lot of play calling that is kind of suspect. I think play calling is going to be the thing that really makes or breaks us this year. And we'll see. Maybe this is the year that ends Marty Morningweg. I would not be opposed to that. Anyway, guys, make sure you check out Chris Adkins, Steelers guy. He already did a show. Fucking Dave Green did like 3. And Pats Pats picked up fucking Josh Gordon. Never let the Pats get Josh Gordon. What are you doing? No. And, of course, Mark put out his Bengals. So, go check us out. Thanks, guys. We're now over 1,000 subscribers. You've made us all very, very happy. You like us. You really, really like us. And I'm excited for the game on Sunday. And in the meantime, I'm going to say go Ravens. Fuck the Broncos. And fuck New England. Fuck the Patriots. Fuck you. All right. I'm going to just hold this here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to transfer it because I got to shut everything off. Bye, guys.